What is up, people of the YouTube world? I just want to do another episode on my fitness diary that I have on my series. That makes no sense. I just want to do another episode on the new series on my channel, My Fitness Diary, and today I want to talk to you guys about depression. But seriously. Now, I've been through some shit in my life, let me tell you. But at the same time, I'm definitely not afraid to talk about it. I'm super open about the things that I've been through, and whoa. I want to be open with it because I'm sure that I'm not the only person out there. And so let's get started with this video. This is kind of my story about battling and overcoming a ton of shit like depression, binge eating, anxiety, hormone imbalance. We're gonna cover it all. So I'm just gonna date back to when I can remember kind of this downward spiral in my life kind of starting to occur. And I can honestly say that that dates back to my last show. Now, as I've said in videos before, I've competed twice. The first post-show was a breeze. Like, I didn't have any binge eating, any type of like hormone imbalance. Everything was really fine. It was the second show that I noticed some issues going on. For some reason, after my second show, which was actually in April of 2015, kind of led to me being in a very weird place in my life. I was in like a very dark place. To be honest, it took me a long time to finally admit that I was in depression and that like I needed help. It really did. It took me a long time to finally admit that. And especially if you know me on like a personal level, then you know that I'm a very, very happy person, like probably obnoxiously happy. And that's me being 100% me. Like, I am totally a happy-go-lucky person, and that's why I am highly convinced that I was put in a very big hormonal imbalance after my second show, which pretty much just led me to fall into depression, fall into a place where I was very unhappy with my self-image, and obviously battling with a binge eating, I wouldn't call it disorder because I didn't battle it for that long, so I wouldn't really classify it as me having a disorder, but I did suffer struggling with binge eating a while after my show. And if you guys know anything about binge eating, you guys will know that that does cause a hormone imbalance, just because obviously it's a very, very unhealthy way to live. You are eating absurd amount of carbs, sugar, fats, everything, and obviously it's a lot more than your body should be intaking, therefore it kind of messes with your hormones. And so with that, yeah, I was at a weird place. I was also at this time living on my own, which is something that I am not a fan of. I'm very much a people person, and with that, like right now I live in a house there's 4 of us girls. That was 3. 4 of us girls who are together all the time, and I'm very, very happy with that. I'm a people person 100%. Living alone was not a good thing for me. And on top of all of that, I think that I really have been somebody who battles with anxiety. I think I've been like that my whole life. So I have kind of noted back to like middle school and high school, and realized that there's certain incidences where like I have noticed that I do really struggle with anxiety and a little bit of like OCD. And so with those 2 things put together, I think that that just kind of added on to being in like a depression state of mind. And as far as anxiety goes, I still kind of deal with that every day, but I don't really think that it's that serious because it is very much so like under control. But as far as like overcoming depression, that was hard. I think that for a while I just kind of gave up hope, and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to never live like this. Like I kind of felt like that was just gonna be me forever. Like that was gonna be me. I was gonna have a negative mindset like for the rest of my life. I was gonna have uncontrollable thoughts. I was just gonna have all these kind of things that like I couldn't deal with. Like that was just the kind of person that God put me on this world to be. And so I honestly started to accept it. As much as I thought that I'd come to the realization that I was going to be like that for the rest of my life, there was still something in my mind that was like, no, that is not true. You are not this girl. Like, this is not you. This is just a phase in your life that you are being tested to see how strong mentally you truly are, and this is not you. This is not gonna be you for the rest of your life. It took everything I had to finally tell my parents that I needed help, and that was a big thing for me. All my life I've been somebody who is just very happy, always had a smile on her face, and to actually come out and say that I need help and that I am not sure why I am acting the way that I am or why my mindset is the way that it is, took everything I had. And the weird thing is that whenever I finally went to my family and told them that I think that I need some help, like with what's going on right now, it honestly came to my surprise that I was not the only one who had been through that. I actually had other members of my family who knew exactly what I was going through, obviously due to different issues. And so I knew that I wasn't alone, which actually helped a lot with overcoming and actually like getting out of depression. That's one of my biggest pieces of advice. If for whatever reason, if it's due to fitness or due to anything, if you're battling depression, reach out to someone. That's the best thing, honestly. I mean, I'll list off some other, you know, tips and advice that I have, but that's one of the main things, is to not be afraid to reach out, because once I did, things really took a turn for the better. The main thing was just not giving a shit what anybody else thought. And I know it's so much easier said than done, but like once you just don't give a shit anymore, it's so much easier to be happy with your life. Once you start doing things for the sake of your own happiness, not for the sake of making other people happy or other people think that you live this magical life that you really fucking don't, it gets a lot easier. And whenever it came to the self-image that I had, I think that that kind of played with just not really caring what people think anymore. I think I was so caught up at looking on Instagram and looking on social medias or all this different kind of false advertisement that is out there, and thinking, oh, like, how does that person look like that year round? How do they maintain that kind of physique? All this different things. And then finally I just sat there and I was like, you know what? Like, fuck that. I am happy with the body that I am in. I honestly love being strong, and if that means not being lean 24/7, then I'm okay with that. To be honest, I think that whenever it comes to self-image, you have to find what you're searching for in life. You have to find, whenever it comes to fitness, what your goals are. You have to take those goals and actually evaluate them and look at them and realize the reality in them. If you want to be an NPC competitor, you need to realize that you cannot be lean all year round. Now, you can be lean bulking and still hold on to some leanness while putting on size, but to be this shredded animal all year round is nonsense. It really is. If you're battling depression or anxiety or binge orders or a negative self-image, there is no magic pill that's going to help you. You have to dig deep inside of your mind and your body and find what makes you happy. Set short-term as well as long-term goals so that you can be achieving stuff along the way. It's actually gonna help your mindset a lot. Depression is not something that goes away overnight. It's something that overcoming it, you have to really put your mind towards it and tell yourself that you're not gonna live like that for the rest of your life. If you are somebody who even slightly understands where I'm coming from, then I really, really hope this helps, because as bad as this sounds, and again, I never really looked for it, but I could have really used somebody just looking at me and telling me that I need to find my own happiness, that it's not gonna be given to me in a pill, and it's not gonna be given to me overnight, that I need to go out and find my happiness and be the person that you want to be. Basically, kind of to like end this video, I really just want to say, I really, really hope that this reached out to at least one of my viewers, like at least one of you guys. If you guys like these My Fitness Diary videos, go ahead and throw this one a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.